So recently, there has been a spat between two females on Twitter, between Cardi B and Candace Owens. Just wanted to say that this is my third day of my fast. I'm basically doing water and tea, green tea, by the way. They say it helps with the the hunger pains, but these hunger pains are pretty painful as of now. So I'm just kind of trying to stick to it, and bear in mind while I get to this short and striving for stoic calm rant. Those of you who listen to this later, I do thank you, no matter what side of the political argument you fall under. I have to admit, as transparency and merit, I fall much more, or probably a little bit more, on the conservative side, maybe even much more so. I've always considered myself somewhat of a free thinker, but moderate to right. Looking at like some of these comments between Cardi B and Candace Owens, there's a lot of animosity and stuff out there. There's also before that there was things between the comedian guy, and I can't even remember his name. Bear with me, folks. I'm diabetic, and I think that affects your brain, by the way. But the gentleman, he's world famous. No, I gotta look him up. I'll go to my Twitter section here. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I just look that up. Rick James skit. What am I doing here? Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle was the one celebrity before that went off on Candace Owens. He mentioned her private area, saying that it smelled. And that, because Candace Owens said, basically, we're making a degenerate, a hero out of a degenerate. And he said, we don't decide who the heroes are. You guys made him a hero by what you did. I don't know I don't really agree with that assessment. The more this whole George Floyd case comes out, and the more we begin to examine the facts, Officer Chauvin, I may be mispronouncing his name, may be found not guilty. There's from my understanding, a toxicology report that says that he probably would have died whether he was arrested or not. That he was taking, the drugs he was taking was a lethal amount. America seems to be coming, and the rest of the world, particularly the English-speaking world, within the Anglosphere, seems to be becoming much less of a stoic. Stoic countries are becoming much more emotional. We've always had emotional people, but I don't remember any time where people of emotional hysteria had this much power and had control over the establishment. Ever seen it? You know, when you go to a court, you're not going to a court of justice, but a court of law. And I've been kind of disappointed on some of the Black Lives Matter supporters that I've talked to. It's just been they're going along with the unhinged lunatics, saying they should burn the country down, and they don't care about the violence. People who I thought were rational people. And I have to be honest, that kind of pulled the rug out from under me, and it does frighten me. The people whom I perceive as somewhat rational and noble people, I feel are being brainwashed. I feel that they're being, that they're basically brainwashed. You know, I had a plan before I did this show, and I was going to talk about Viva Zapata, the movie Viva Zapata, not the actual person. In the movie Viva Zapata, the character believes in everything he's doing. And there's a belief out there that both sides believe that the other side, that there's an overlord or there's puppets pulling a string. And I don't believe that at all. I believe both sides are absolutely sincere in their beliefs. The people that believe in Black Lives Matter believe in Black Lives Matter. The people who are against Black Lives Matter also believe in their cause. They believe in their politics. They believe that they are correct and right. The difference is one side wants to have a dialogue and the other side does not. One side has, seems to have more facts on its side and the other side doesn't. And you see hypocrisy out there, and people seem to sociologists seem to refashion things so these people won't be called out on their hypocrisy. I mean, the academic field, particularly renaming or redefining the word racist. So people who act the same way or act like, a white racist, well, you can have different standards for human beings and different standards of conduct. And it's also a way not to criticize someone's behavior. Kind of a sleight of hand. And it seems like, the left owns, has a large portion of the establishment, and they basically own the court of public opinion. So the majority of the court of public opinion, which is the media, and also the internet, which gets heavily censored nowadays. So you can't really speak your mind, and things get squashed really early before we even get a chance to examine facts and see the evidence for itself. So going back to Cardi B and Candace Owens, both these individuals believe in what they believe. Uh, both, perhaps their approach, maybe not the best. You know, I mean, they're both young, so of course they're not going to necessarily be intellectual black belts out there battling. But I think that Candace Owens has a little bit more class and a little bit more self-restraint, and Cardi B is all emotion, or mainly emotion. I think she's a person that doesn't necessarily have a filter when it comes to her emotions. I think that Candace Owens has a better filter, but of course, look, we're human, and when we're young, we have less of a filter, and people can twist our buttons, and we strive to defend ourselves, particularly when we leave ourselves open. But I'm hoping that perhaps we come to a day where we can discuss, human beings with different opinions can discuss, uh, logically and reasonably, what is the best situation for our country and for the world. It seems like we're doing a lot of talking at one another and not to one another. And, angry people cannot be trusted to do what is morally and ethically right. And they can't, just not a good thing. And we have a lot of anger out there, and unabashed anger. Anger is something that you should strive to control, but it doesn't seem like we're there. A lot of people want to act out and don't see how much our country has changed. And at least it seems that way. I mean, I'm 50, and I don't remember a time when you didn't need a bike lock for your bike in the big city, but there was a time when that was the case, when you could leave your door unlocked, and people had more honorability and nobility as far as striving to work hard for what they got, and never accepting a handout, or accepting a handout was the last thing that they would do, and that they owed it to their family and their friends and their church and their synagogue. They owed it to them to do their utmost to be a credit to their family and to their friends. And I don't think we have that as much. We may have that to a degree, but not as much today. It seems like we're losing it. And that does make me sad, but this has happened throughout history, where degenerates and people who believe themselves to be in a noble cause take over. Maybe we're seeing that. Anyway, this is Brian with Transparency and Merit. Like and subscribe, and if you don't like it, before though, I've had a few people, by the way, put a down spot on my thing, and I mean, I don't mind that you do it, but I'd like to just know why you would just vote down and not explain to yourself why you don't like what I say. Just a curiosity. All right, this is, again, Brian with Transparency and Merit. Please like and subscribe, and, share the video if you like it. Well, thank you very much, and have a good day.